Hey everyone, I'm Trevor, and today we're at Disneyland to bring you a video that I did once before, but I'm redoing it for you here in 2023, and that is every single ride that a pregnant woman, a baby, or a toddler can ride here at Disneyland. So let's get going. I want to start off by saying that every single ride on this list is 100% safe for babies and pregnant women. That being said, some of them are a bit more intense than others, so we're going to arrange this list from tamest to most intense and share some considerations for each attraction. We'll start off in Disneyland with a classic attraction, the Disneyland Railroad. This is a gentle train ride around the park with beautiful vistas and fantastical dioramas. There are 4 stations throughout the park, so it doubles as transportation. The best stretch is from Tomorrowland to Main Street, but I recommend staying on for a full loop. Next up is the Disneyland Monorail. Similar to the railroad, this is a gentle attraction that doubles as transportation to and from downtown Disney. Along the way, you'll see overhead sights from both Disneyland and Disney California Adventure. While we're talking about trains, I should mention the Casey Jr. Circus train. This ride can be found in Fantasyland and takes you around miniature Storybook displays and shares a location with the Storybook Land Canal boats. The Canal boats, however, are a separate attraction, also located in Fantasyland, that provides a totally different experience. Your gentle boat ride is narrated by your tour guide and gets you a lot closer to those miniature displays. Another boat ride located in Fantasyland is It's a Small World. This is a 15-minute long cruise through the attraction that gained international acclaim at the 1964 World's Fair in New York. Along the way, you'll see your favorite Disney characters. This is my youngest son's favorite ride in the park. Still in Fantasyland, next is King Arthur Carousel. Children whose feet don't reach the stirrups must be securely fastened with a seatbelt, and babies may need to ride with an adult in the bench seats. We never rode this when our kids were infants, so I'm not 100% positive there. You might be able to get by with a baby in a carrier. Over in Disney California Adventure is another carousel. This one is called Jessie's Critter Carousel. It's virtually the same ride, except this one is Toy Story themed and is located in Pixar Pier. With that, we've covered all the completely tame rides, and we move on to some attractions that might require some consideration. The first is the Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, located in Critter Country in Disneyland. This is our first dark ride on the list. That means it takes place indoors and can have some scary or intense scenes. It's perfectly gentle, but the psychedelic room could potentially be frightening for small children. In Tomorrowland, there's Buzz Lightyear Astro Blasters. I wouldn't say there's really anything scary about this ride. It's just completely in the dark with no bright scenes. This attraction is actually a game. Anyone can ride, but my 5-year-old is only now just getting to the point where he can earn a decent score. Over in Disney California Adventure, you'll find Monsters Inc. Mike and Sulley to the Rescue. This ride takes you through the major scenes of the first Monsters Inc. movie. It's pretty tame, but does have some scenes with bright lights and loud noises. Paradise Gardens Park in DCA is home to the Little Mermaid, Ariel's Undersea Adventure. This is a slow omni-mover attraction, meaning the ride vehicle never stops, even while you're loading. It takes you through the various scenes of the Little Mermaid movie, complete with everyone's favorite songs. Along with this comes Ursula and her pet eels, as well as her villainous machinations. Another omni-mover, Haunted Mansion, is a classic dark ride attraction at Disneyland. The main theme of the ride is ghosts and dead people. Parts of the attraction are fun and whimsical, but others are spooky and eerie. Again, the ride is perfectly safe, but features scarier elements. Speaking of tame rides with scary elements, Jungle Cruise is yet another classic Disneyland attraction. This gentle boat ride features witty humor from your skipper with carefully planned animatronic interactions. This ride features a few jump scares and loud noises that might be frightening for younger children. But once again, it's perfectly safe, even for babies to ride. Tomorrowland's Finding Nemo's Submarine Voyage is sort of a boat ride. Instead of a boat, though, you'll go down inside a submarine. Through your porthole, you'll be able to witness various Finding Nemo themed scenes throughout the 13-minute long attraction. The consideration here is that the ride vehicle is in a small enclosed space that might induce claustrophobia. Additionally, the ride features a segment where it's so dark there's not a single drop of light. Darkness so thick it can be felt, which only heightens the claustrophobia. There's no danger, but those prone to panic attacks or are afraid of the dark may not want to ride. Now let's move on to the spinning attractions. Dumbo the Flying Elephant is a classic ride that immediately comes to mind for many. Even though it goes high into the air, both of my sons rode this as babies, safe and snug in their baby carrier. A lot of theme parks don't allow children to ride in baby carriers, but you can at Disneyland, for the most part. Another similar style ride is Astro Orbiter in Tomorrowland. This one is virtually the same ride, but it is a long ride vehicle that can seat up to 3 people. I personally feel like it goes high, flies faster, and is at more of an angle than Dumbo. Yet, there's no height requirement for this attraction. In Disney California Adventure, you'll find Inside Out Emotional Whirlwind. This ride goes high into the air and spins, but it lacks the control of the previous 2 attractions in that you can't steer it up or down. Because of this, the ride vehicle actually remains level throughout the whole attraction. Just a few steps away is the Golden Zephyr. While it's essentially the same ride as Inside Out, due to the sway of the ride vehicle, this is one attraction that does not allow infant carriers nor lap sitting. While there is no height requirement, children will need to be able to sit fully beside you, preventing the smallest of children from being able to ride. Next, we're going to cover some dark rides that have some jerkier movements. The tamest of these is WEBSLINGERS, a Spider-Man adventure located in Avengers Campus. This ride sees you helping Spidey stop his Spider-Bots from mass replicating and taking over the world. It's a game-style attraction that allows you to score points by slinging webs with your hands and arms, just like Spider-Man. This attraction will give you a workout and features sharp turns at times. Over in Pixar Pier, another game-style attraction is Toy Story Midway Mania. Once again, little children aren't likely to score any points or even really enjoy the ride, but they are allowed on it. Just hold on to them as the ride vehicle spins and turns from room to room at a semi-high rate of speed. Let's hop back over to Disneyland and finish up their dark rides, most of which are located in Fantasyland. The first of these is Snow White's Enchanted Wish. This ride features several scary elements, though it has been lessened since the ride was updated from Snow White's Scary Adventure to Snow White's Enchanted Wish. Right next door is Pinocchio's Daring Journey. This dark ride is a bit jerkier than Snow White and also features scary elements. Some of the themes are even more adult in nature. I would caution against taking easily frightened children on this attraction. Next is Alice in Wonderland. The entire ride takes place in the dark and features frequent rapid movements. As a reminder, this ride and the rest on the list are all safe for pregnant women, despite the jerkiness. The last ride in Fantasyland is Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. This one is just like it sounds. It's fast, jerky, and also features frightening scenes, loud noises, and bright lights. It's a fan favorite of many Disneyland guests, but may once again be a ride not quite suited for younger children despite having no height requirement. Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway is Disneyland's newest ride, having opened on January 27, 2023. This ride features a trackless system that allows the ride vehicle to coast around the room and bob back and forth in a non-standard format. While the ride itself is still pretty tame, each and every room is bright, vibrant, busy, and loud. Children who are easily overstimulated may struggle with this attraction. Davy Crockett's Explorer Canoes in Critter Country is a ride that most people either don't know about or have willfully never ridden. It's actually a really great experience with Jungle Cruise style humor. However, it is a canoe and it's not on a track. It features no height requirement, but if you wouldn't get in a canoe while pregnant or with a baby, you might want to skip this one. They do have life vests available for toddlers. Next, let's talk about Pirates of the Caribbean. Despite being both a dark ride and a boat ride, it's not got a lot of frightening elements. There are some distant explosions or scary scenes, but they aren't any cause of concern. The one thing that might give you pause, however, are the drops. This is the only ride at Disneyland with no height requirement that features not one drop, but 2. You might think this makes it unsafe for pregnant women, but Disney assures you you're perfectly fine. My wife rode this many times while pregnant without any complications. Our final 3 rides are ones that are nausea-inducing. The first is Mad Tea Party. I hate this ride. I'm just gonna put that out there. My children love it, and I ride it for them, but I don't like it one bit. It is possible to turn the wheel in such a way that it spins less, however. Next is Roger Rabbit's Cartoon Spin in Mickey's Toontown. This is Mad Tea Party, but in dark ride form. The ride theme is Roger Rabbit, which by its very nature is a bit more adult. There's nothing bad about the ride itself, but it lacks the story cohesion of Disneyland's other dark rides. Coupled with the spinning, it's yet another attraction I don't ride all that often. And finally, the most intense ride without a height requirement is the Pixar Pal-A-Round in Disney California Adventure. There are 2 ways to ride this one. You can choose a non-swinging carriage, which I would recommend if you're not a thrill seeker. But you can also choose a swinging carriage, which also surprisingly has no height requirement. Based on my own experience, I can guarantee you this will cause little babies to cry. So ride the swinging carriage at your own risk. This ride even comes equipped with barf bags. Well, that was it for our time here today, showing you all the rides that you can ride if you are a pregnant woman, have a baby, or a toddler with you. If you want to see some more things that you can do at Disneyland that actually aren't rides that are safe for all of those people as well, click this video and keep watching. See you again next time.